And the second thing I want to mention is that in addition to a social impact or social entrepreneurship or corporate responsibility project, you may say, look, I like business, I like this company, I want to be a doctor, whatever it is, it's very career related. Then you may say, I'm going to do a project for this medical practice, for this clinic, for this company. I'm going to get on LinkedIn, or I already know this person, I have a contact there. You're going to establish the contact, and you're almost doing like a mini internship. So the reason I really push this in class, and this is an opportunity we don't actually, we're not able to capitalize on during our regular WBL weekend classes, right? Because we don't have enough time.
Yes.
So we now have, some time that we're stretching out every other week, checking in, and you can make that contact doesn't get back to you. You can make another contact, right? And then you explain the project. There, you have a contact, tool in the toolkit. You're learning to work virtually, tool in the toolkit. You're being a leader, tool in the toolkit. You're learning communication skills, tool in the toolkit. You're also being
You are
resourceful.
creating a smart network.
Yep.
Because it's not just with the girls, but with a company, and
Yep.
your level is like up because you try to have a great contact, and after this project, maybe we can have a opportunity in this company with this
Yes.
company, or it's a lot
Yeah.
of opportunities and possibilities.
And a lot, nobody really knows this in the public right now. This is not something that is George Washington University advertises necessarily, but almost every student at the George Washington University has a job or an internship. And it's a very specific type of student. You often find the student at certain universities, they call them city universities, right? So GW, I mean, there's not like much of a campus. You could get hit by a car at any time crossing the street on the GW campus. It's a little crazy because it's right in the city, and it's sort of a joke on campus. It's like, seriously, guys, you're walking right out into the street. I mean, they're crazy, but they're also crazy in a good way, which is that they are plugged in. They're like 4 years ahead of most other college students. Why? Because they're working or they have an internship. And then just a personal story about me. When I was in college, when I was in university, there wasn't really internship programs. I was in an area that was a little bit more rural.
Yeah.
Like there were cows, like nothing was really going on. And so I worked really hard to find an internship in an area that I thought was cool. Why?
Yeah.
Because I had a school project on it. And I'm like, okay, I was interested in senior citizens, right? Like aging. And I found an agency in Charlottesville, where I was going to school in Virginia, that served senior citizens in the area. And it actually changed my life. I worked for them the whole year. I got credit. So I took 4 classes instead of 5 classes. My 5th class was that internship. And after that, it shaped the work that I did.
Yes.
And the experiences I had. So I did the same thing when I went to get my master's degree. And I created like a project around a company that I liked a lot. And by the time I was done with business school, they gave me a job offer.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
So that's how life
It's
works.
an opportunity that you
Yes.
create.
That's right. You guys are creating that. And one of my rules that I say for WBL students is try to set up a situation or an opportunity where they, right, like the future boss or the mentor or the leader of the organization, where they see you in action. They see you and your work. And that's what this provides an opportunity to do. And so we're turning COVID-19 like this. And we're saying, we're going to take this chaos and the craziness. And a lot of people actually are feeling increased levels of anxiety. And I've learned this from several doctors and therapists who are like advisors of my research project. And we're going to take that and we're going to provide order and structure and opportunities around it.
And a good point you said that, because one of points that I love it. Is studying your course. It's how can you change your mindset? Because all the
Mm.
situation, first we need to change our mindset. How can you? How can I see what I want? For example, in my case, you say something. You said something very important in the course that I never will forgot. That is the part we need to see what type of personality we are. And I understand that sometimes I am a victimist person, and
Mm.
I realize that
Mhm.
okay, I use my history sometimes for think okay, I can't do this.
Mhm.
I'm not prepared to do this. For example, I feel I'm not prepared to talk with you in an interview for the other girls that maybe talking English very, very well that to compare with me. But in the same time, I change my mindset because instead I think, okay, I have not the abilities for this moment. I change and I think, okay, I have not the abilities, but I can use my history for empower myself
Mhm.
because I have my tools. Maybe I don't have the same tools that the other girls. I don't have the tools that I want to have, but I
Yeah.
have some now. And for me, this is very important because I think all your that you need to start is change your mindset. Change
Yes.
your mind. How this is work.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to put like on a paper for to see external. What do you think? How your mind thinks, and
Yes.
you need to understand the situation. You need to understand you are a victimist person or no. Maybe you are different type of person, but you you put yourself in a bad place like
Yeah.
okay I am not able to do this, I am not prepared for this moment. But if you never try, you never to be
That's right.
prepared, you never to be options to change and have other situations for you enjoy. And this is for me it's
Yes.
a important part. And you understand and change because all the situations we need to change yourself first for other change your the world and try to understand how this is work. But I think it's first necessary you try to understand yourself and think okay, I'm not victimism, I'm not I need to use my history and my opportunities to empower myself and to empower other people too. And it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you really took that um, that learning, and you said, okay, I'm going to use this right away. Which, and there's two things I'm hearing, which are relevant to the summer course, right? One is you talked about the drama triangle, right? So
Yeah.
this is what we discussed, the drama triangle, and this is a pattern of dysfunctional communication. Okay, where in this pattern of dysfunctional or like bad, basically, right? Bad communication. You're either the victim, you're the persecutor, or you're the rescuer. And then there's a functional version of it, and that's what we try to practice in class. So that's number one. And people are going to be revisiting that as part of the pre-assignment, part of the readings for the summer session. Why? Because you're going to be mentoring people. So if you hear, I can't, I'm trapped, I'm at home, this is impossible, you're going to think, what can you do? How can I support you? What are your ideas? Right? So you're shifting the dynamic. And then there's some other really interesting things that you said there, which I think are about believing the empowerment, right? Believing in yourself in a very deep way, and not so readily, so easily saying, I can't, but instead think, I can, and here's how, or here's a small step. So that's another tool we're going to be revisiting and learning is about some behavioral psychology that I studied when I was up at Harvard, taking a class called The Science of Coaching Psychology. So for those of you who've heard of coaching, right, coaching is happening globally.
Yeah.
Why is it increasing so quickly? Why is coaching so popular? Coaching is basically like mentoring, right? Well,
Exactly.
we learn, and this is going to be part of the pre-assignment also, why is coaching important? Coaching is especially important now, coaching and mentoring, because the world is changing faster than ever. And this was before COVID-19. This is technology, primarily driven by technology. So technology is growing. I guess the right way to do it on the screen is like this. And we are adapting like this, right? So we're kind of freaking out, right?
Yeah.
People are kind of freaking out and they want structure and they want advice and they want to help make sense of this chaos. So that's my thought as to why coaching and mentoring is exploding, right? And this is something we'll learn about. The teacher of this course is Margaret Moore, and we'll see that actual graph that she shared in class. You all will see that. And it shows why you're needed and you're mentoring and coaching to these students in the Caribbean. And then you can choose other girls that you would like to mentor, why it's needed more than ever. And so we're going to make a difference and we're going to know the science and the research behind it.